Alright fellas, this is Warren with Warren's Outdoors. I was looking on YouTube and they didn't really have too much about a wood fire burning box converted into a smoker. And I've had this one for a while and I thought I would put it on here for people to have ideas of what they could do with a wood burning firebox taken out of a fireplace and converted into a smoker. Give me a second and I'll take the camera off the tripod and I'll show you a little bit about it. Okay, first thing I did, I had some split face block left over from a job, which you can easily use center block. They work just as good. They may not hold as much heat because they're not hollow inside, but what I did is, a friend of mine, he wanted to replace his firebox, and I had already built this split face block up, and I had a friend of mine had to come and cut it with a concrete saw so I could slip this box in. But basically it's an old Fisher firebox. I'll open it up. As you can tell, I got some firewood in it now. I'm going to be smoking a 80-pound hog, half of a hog, and got the box in here. And what I did is I had some 1/2-inch threaded stock and I rolled it in there on it because it's so heavy that I couldn't handle it myself. That way, if I need to clean it or whatever, you can roll it right out. I put 3 pieces of threaded stock down there to where I could roll it in and out. I took this metal plate and welded a plate for the door. It's got the hinges, and I had some old construction metal from a plate I had to grind down to get all the paint off, and then painted it with that fire paint. And I smoked it with olive oil. Every once in a while I'll take a frying pan and take some olive oil and put it in there to season it pretty good, but that's what it looks like inside. What I did on this hole here, the fire was coming up on the grills, and what I wanted to do to prevent that, so what I did, see if I can take this out. That son of a gun's hot. Let me get a rag. What I did is I made a little baffle to where I didn't have to have a stack come up, and used a piece of plate, cut a hole in it, and I used that threaded stock underneath and made the little legs for it to where it would get up above that hole there. I noticed that hole, when I first started using it, fire would come up through there, and to prevent that I made a little baffle to where the fire kind of resonated out around in a uniform fashion to where it heated up better and it didn't burn your food. But that's what it looks like inside. I took some 1-inch by 1/4 inch by 4-inch pieces when I concreted this in, and I made some pieces to where I can lay my grids on to hold them in place. But let me put this back. And what I did, sometimes if I wanted to barbecue, I can take this, shut this down, and over here I made a little barbecue right here, and I had a old round tank, and I put a piece of 1/4 inch, cut that out, it's about a 1/4 inch underneath there, and I welded that in, and I got a stainless steel pan I can put my charcoal in. Then I got a grill, you know, the grid there, and I made put some pieces of 1-inch by 4-inch pieces in the in between the brick or the block, so whenever I put them together, put my mortar in, I put them in with it, so it's good and sturdy. But that's pretty much it. That's what you can do with the firebox. and it really works good. It smokes to even temperature. It gets up, I get it at about 350 degrees, and then open the dampeners up a little bit, and it works out real well. It smokes real good. These dampeners you can open up and close to see how much air you want to get flowing in there, and every once in a while, if I want to keep the smoke in and get a little hotter, I got these fire bricks I can put in and out, and they're hot as you know what, and then I can take those out and regulate my heat like that too. Also, when I did it, I put a piece of plate under here to hold this block up in place, and also did it here, that way I can clean out from underneath, and also it'll get some ventilation through there too. But anyways, like I said, I only found one firebox as a smoker on YouTube, and they had a little Brinkman grill on top of it, one of those round smokers, and like I said, you can do this with block or whatever you got, and it does a fantastic job. It keeps the heat in. This box came with fire brick as you can see, and that really helps out with controlling the heat and keeping it at a stable temperature. So if you got a buddy or something, I got this one because I helped a buddy of mine put his new one in. It was one of those new fire boxes that's got the fan and more, you know, safe than the old ones. This is probably 60 years old, and I just sanded it down and painted it with that fire paint, but it turned out good. I hope this helps y'all, and thanks for looking.